Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the Master Colour Expert and Creative Director here at Bark Hair, and welcome to Hairspace. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of our Salon and Supermarket series, and we're going to be a bit sciencey today and talk about ingredients in our shampoo and conditioner. So let's talk about the structure of our hair. So our hair is made up of 85% keratin. So keratin is made up of little polypeptide chains, which are basically just up to 20 different amino acids that have coiled around each other to form a lovely little strand, and that strand then coils around another strand, and that thicker strand then coils around other strands, and that so on until you get this lovely thick coil, and that is what creates each strand of your hair. So the rest of the 15% up is made of approximately 12% water, and then the other 3% is your pigments, your vitamins, your minerals, and your lipids. Now lipids are like the little glue that hold all of your building blocks together. So the lipids are what bring everything together. So they might only be a little tiny part, but they're what hold this nice and strong together. So when we put our hair down, you can see when I even try and put this down, even though your hair is lovely and strong, little bits can break off over time. Things like the sun, or wind, or swimming, or even colouring, brushing your hair, using heat styles. Lots of things around can actually give you damage to hair. So, you know, when you're bringing all of these bits and pieces as they come off, you're losing water, you're losing moisture, you're losing those lipids that are holding everything together, and you're losing the amino acids that are strengthening those chains. You can have weaker, dull, lifeless hair that really needs a little bit of love, which is where your shampoo and your conditioner come in. Each of your shampoos and your conditioners contain a few groups of things, and that doesn't matter what shampoo and conditioner you use, they're all going to have these things. So you're going to have cleansers and surfactants. So these are things that are removing impurities from your hair, they're creating the bubbles, they're reducing the surface tensions on your ingredients so that your hydrophilic, which are your water-loving ingredients, and your hydrophobic, which are your water-disliking ingredients, are joining together to create a really beautiful consistency so that everything can really do its job. There are lots of different types that you can use. The most common ones we see in shampoos and conditioners are sulfates. Now, sulfates get a bit of a bad rap. Sulfates can be really useful in a shampoo and conditioner. They're really great for giving you those lovely bubbles. They're really great surfactants, so reducing that surface tension on ingredients so that everything can work really effectively together. They're not the only type of surfactants and cleansers that you can use, but they are the most useful and the most effective ones for doing it, which is why they get used so much. And the problem with them is that some people can find an irritation in them. So something like our Assistant Professional does have sulfates in it. If you don't have an irritation with sulfates, there's no problem using them. They're not going to do anything terrible to you. They just can irritate some people who are sensitive. In which case, you could use a sulfate-free conditioner or shampoo, such as our Repair Me in our Kevin Murphy. So Kevin Murphy are all sulfate-free. They use some really beautiful surfactants that are not irritating to most people. So if that's a concern for you, there are alternatives that you can use, but if you are not irritated by them, they're perfectly safe to use. So the other thing that all shampoos have is a salt. So a salt is what adjusts the viscosity of it, which gives it the beautiful texture and makes it easy to use. So the perfect amount of salt in there is actually going to bring everything really nicely together and make it easy for you to use. Other things you can find are fragrances, stabilizers, which are what keep it working for a long time, so it makes all of the ingredients nice and stable so that they last a long time in the bottle, things aren't evaporating all over the place, and you get a beautiful product for a long period of time. You've also got your preservatives, so you've got antimicrobials, antifungals, that sort of thing, which just keep it from going off and going gross in your bottle. Preservatives are something that we've talked about a lot, in particular parabens. Now, parabens are also something that get a bit of a bad rap. One thing that they claim to do is to be causing breast cancer. Now, this has actually been disproven that doesn't actually happen, and parabens are actually quite a low irritant for most people, so that's why they've been used for such a long time. Now, some people do find irritation with them. Again, a lovely paraben-free shampoo and conditioner like the Kevin Murphy is going to be a great alternative if you do have irritation with parabens. But in general, you don't have to worry about their safety. They are really safe products to use, and there is a lot of research out there to suggest that that is true. Actually, no research that says any different, and the ones that do say different have been disproven. You do have to be careful though, because Pantene, for example, is completely paraben free, which sounds amazing until you realize that the two preservatives that they use in this instead of parabens are actually really quite dangerous to you and are really quite high irritant, and a lot of people can't tolerate them on their skin. So even though it says paraben free, it's actually not as good. On the other hand, the preservatives that the Kevin Murphy use are fine and are also perfectly safe alternatives to a paraben preservative. So these are your way to go if you need a paraben-free product. Now we come to the exciting part, which is active ingredients. So I did a little bit of research here with our System Professional and our Pantene. Now, I mostly just focused on the shampoo because there are a lot of ingredients and I didn't want to read the back of every single bottle. But what I did find out is that your active ingredients are the things that are replacing. So all of these things that have fallen off and taken out, you want these to be put back in when you use your shampoo. So when we talk about our System Professional, they all use Energy Code. So Energy Code is a mix of 4 different ingredients. They've got an amino acid, your niacinamide, which is vitamin B3. Now, it is a really, really amazing product. Vitamin B3 gives you that beautiful scalp health. It's really encouraging you to have really lovely, healthy skin. And healthy, beautiful skin and scalp is what's actually going to encourage most of your hair growth and your hair health. It's coming from the inside there, on that there. So the more that you have those lovely healthy ingredients on your scalp, the better your hair is going to be. So niacinamide is a winner ingredient. We really love it, and that is in every single product made by System Professional. So histidine is the amino acid. Now, you can find histidine in your Pantene as well. It's a really beautiful amino acid, helping to reblack. So put a bit of this back in. Beautiful. We've got a bit more of our keratin back strong. So caffeine is another active ingredient in our System Professional. Again, stimulating for your scalp, giving you that vitality and kind of life back into there. And you've got your oleic acid, which is a lipid. So it's your nice glue that's holding back together. So that's just 4 of the active ingredients. Now, when I went through the System Professional, I found 17 active ingredients. So we have 4 vitamins, 3 lipids, 6 hydrating, because this is a hydration shampoo after all, and 4 amino acids. On the other hand, with our Pantene, we found 7 active ingredients. So we have our histidine, which is amazing. We have a vitamin B5, which is also amazing. So they have 2 versions of that in the Pantene. The other 4 ingredients are not so much hydrating as for smooth feel. So these create more of a film on top of your hair. So if you're looking at our hair here, they're just sort of putting it over the top like this, giving it a bit of protection and making it look really nice and strong, but you can see it sort of isn't filling in those little gaps very well. And for some people, these film forming ingredients, not a problem. Happy to use them, easy peasy. For other people, these are just going to build up. So over time, they just sit on top like this and just make that hair strand a lot more thick and hard to manage than usual. So rather than building it up from the inside and making it healthy, it's just adding things on the outside to make it feel really beautiful, but not necessarily rebuilding your hair. So if you want to give your hair the best possible health, you're better off using something like your System Professional or your Kevin Murphy that's going to have those beautiful active ingredients that are actually going to repair your hair from the inside rather than just make it feel really silky on the outside. The reason these things are a lot cheaper is because they don't have as many of those beautiful things in it, and they can say whatever they like on the packaging about what they don't use in there, but we all know that that doesn't necessarily mean anything. You know, what says it is scary in the marketing isn't necessarily scary, and it's a really good way to hide something that actually is not very good for you. So it's good to make an informed choice, but in my opinion, I think go for something salon based. You know it's going to be amazing, you know it's going to be full of beautiful things, and you know that they're going to try and use the highest quality of everything that they can. So in our next episode, we're going to be talking about colour. So we're going to be doing the Supermarket Dark with our Salon Dark, and we're going to be talking about the differences between them and why we think our salon is the way to go. So that's it for today. I hope I've helped you make some really great choices about your shampoo and conditioner. In our next episode, we're going to be talking about supermarket colour versus salon colour and talking about going dark. So if that's something that's interesting you can join us next week. Otherwise, hopefully we'll see you in salon, or you can check us out on our Instagram, our Facebook, or at barcare.com.au. See you next time. Bye.